Probably a long run for you. What are your initial thoughts just on the season as a whole and kind of how everything ended up here this year?
Yeah, I thought it was a really memorable year. I think Coach talked about it. If you would have told us back when we were in Colorado, kind of struggling a bit, that we were going to make it to the finals, I think everyone would have not believed him. And so I think we're really proud of the effort. It sucks to come up short, but like I said, we're really proud of what we did this year.
You mentioned it before, but it was kind of your first chance to take a playoff run and just totally run with it. Obviously, starting every single game. What was that experience like for you? I'm sure it was a pretty tough grind to kind of keep it focused mentally the whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of easier as a goalie when you're in a rhythm. So I think that was huge for me going down the stretch of the regular season and through the playoffs. It was something I got to do at BC, so I've had some experience doing it, but not in this format with this many games. And so it was definitely a test on my body and my mental strength, but I feel like a better goalie and athlete after going through that.
Give us a sense of, at BC, obviously, maybe a little bit more pressure because it's do or die almost every single game once you get into the conference tournament. Here, just a longer grind. It's not a do or die game every night, but it's probably just a longer situation. What are the differences in those two formats?
Yeah, I think here you have to be much more resilient. You're going to have games where you give up 4 or 5 goals, and that's just going to happen. It's a long series, and teams are going to respond. They're not just going to lay over and die. So I think that was a learning experience for me, the resiliency and a short-term memory loss. Classic examples these last 2 games. You lose a heartbreaker 5-4, but you have to come right back out the next night and bring your best. And I think, although we lost last night, I think we really left it all out there.
What do you remember when you look back on the season? Being here most of the year, a couple call-ups in there as well, but being with the group that you had here for most of the season here in South Carolina.
Yeah, I'll remember a lot of things. First of all, this city is unbelievable. I think I maybe like it more than anyone on the team, and I just feel like it's a second home. The guys, the coaching staff, it's just a lot of fun to come to the rink every day. Living with Steve McParland and Dylan Marginary, I'll definitely remember that. And hopefully I'll be back in Charleston soon.
What was it like being with this group and kind of getting everyone back at the same time to go on that run? It seemed like everyone just you were always close as a team, but to come together just with having the right pieces at the right time, I'm sure that contributed to the run a bit.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky to have guys that should be in the American League, like Rob Flick and Dom Minardo. We're lucky to have those guys here, and I think just having all these pieces, having 3 lines that can all score, was huge for us.
What's your off season like? How much time do you take off before you have to start trying to train and look towards next season?
Yeah, we'll see how the body feels. I've never played in June, so I'm gonna have to play that by year. I've got a family vacation coming up, so I'm looking forward to that with them.